Here we go, guys. We got a batch of the best horror games on the PS4 that you may not have played. Let's get them started. And welcome to Resell Robin, guys. Today we're going to be covering my picks for top 6 horror games on the PS4 that you may not have played. Now, we're not going to be covering some PS4 games, horror games that you most likely know about, like your Resident Evils and things like that. Like, they're great, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're going to dive into those in a little bit, guys, so we're going to get that covered. I want to thank you guys so much for all the support we've been getting. We are now at 1,445 on subscribers. We are very close to 1,500. Let's see if we can get to that, guys. So make sure you guys, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, especially if you like this kind of content. I put out video game related content every Wednesday and Sunday. So make sure you guys tune in, hit that bell notification to be reminded of all videos, and make sure you guys like and comment on the videos down below and let me know what you guys think. Always helps. Can't believe where we're at now, but thank you guys so much. Now, as far as pickups this week, I did pick up a lot of video games, but we're saving those for different, like, hidden gems and things like that. Laserdisc, the only thing that came in, I actually got a second set of the complete series of Oh My Goddess on Laserdisc. Super happy to have a second one of these. I'll probably have this one for sale at one of the cons that's coming up in August or September. So I'm super excited to have that one. I also have an extra set of Evangelion on Laserdisc. So we're going to be bringing some of that stuff to the cons, and if you don't already know, again, we're going to cover that. I will be at Anime 414 in Milwaukee, August 10th and 11th. I'll have a booth selling anime figures and video games there. I'll be at ChizuCon in Madison, Wisconsin. I think it's 2 weeks after that on a Saturday. I forget the date. And then in September, I'll be at Madison Comic Expo selling anime and video game stuff as well. So make sure you guys come out and say hi to me. I always appreciate those things. We're going to have a poll down below. Vote for next Sunday's thing. It was really close. I decided to do the horror one this week. 360, I'm just waiting on a few more to come in. I don't want to just put out junk. So 360, I'm waiting on a few other games I ordered to come in. Hopefully we'll get the 360 next Sunday or the following Wednesday. We'll let you guys decide. Vote in the poll down below. It should be in there today. Let me know what you guys think next Sunday should be. And then we're also going to be polling for this coming Wednesday. I think I know what it's going to be, but vote in the poll down below if you haven't already. Appreciate all the help and support. But without further ado, let's get into this list, shall we? So we're gonna dig right into this. Again, these are not like Resident Evils or Evil Within or like the big titles that you would know, like Dead Space. You guys know about those games. These are the ones that you might not know about. And one of the first ones I want to cover is actually called Song of Horror. This is a really cool first-person survival horror game that released on the PS4 and was produced by Limited Run Games, so probably not a ton of copies out there comparatively. I mean, it's a first-person survival horror. Puzzles, standard affair. I like the story on it. It's pretty creepy. Generally speaking, Limited Run Games always tends to go up in value. Right now, by the way, PS4 games is when you want to be buying PS4 games. They're about at their lowest point, and they're probably only going to stay the same or go up. They're not going to go down at this point. So if you're working on a PS4 collection, I highly recommend you start picking this stuff up now, especially JRPGs and horror games. Those always tend to go up in price. I'm just saying. But with that being said, Song of Horror is really cool. Definitely don't miss out on that one. The next one I want to cover is actually one that released early on the PS4's life cycle. And it was actually for the PlayStation VR, and it was called Here They Lie. This is actually a PSVR survival horror game that released pretty early in the life, like I said. It was actually only physically released in Europe, so there is no US release for this, but it's region free and it plays on the American consoles. Man, is this one scary. If you have the VR headset, this is a good time. I multiple jump scares made me nearly fall out of my seat on this one. And I think it's very little people know about this one at all. And again, I think it's like $20 or less right now. It's not much, and I just think that now is the time, guys, to be grabbing this stuff on PS4. Don't wait. You're going to end up in a 360 situation all over again. It happens every time. I know people don't like it, but this is the reality we live in, and this is a title that definitely, I mean, being a European release only could potentially go up a lot. And if you're just looking for a good survival horror to play on the VR, definitely recommend this one. Now, the next one I actually want to cover is called Agony on the PS4. This is a really screwed up first-person horror game. Really dark and got messed up tones. I don't know what else to say about this one. It's not the best game from a gameplay standpoint. It's okay. The graphics are amazing. But I do think it's one that could potentially go up in value over time. It's a weird one because I'm trying to recommend more of the just really fun, good games. But this is one that I wanted to include in there because it potentially could go up a lot. Simply because of how like gory and messed up it truly is. And for all those reasons, definitely pick this one up, guys. You can get this for $10 to $15 right now, and you will regret it if you don't. Just saying. The next one I want to cover is a series that may be known to people, but I don't know if they picked up this release of it or not, and I just love this series, so I had to include it, and that's Outlast Trinity on the PS4, and it's going to include Outlast 1, 2, and 3 on the PS4. If you haven't played these are amazing first-person horror games that I cannot recommend enough. If you are a horror fan, the Outlast series is a definite play for you guys. I think this one's around $30 right now, but this is, again, one of those that's probably going to go way higher than that down the road. The fact that they released it as a box set made me so happy because I didn't have to pick up 3 separate ones, or you don't either, and you can just get all 3 in one package for $30. Whew, just be prepared to have some screwed up stuff happen in front of you, and be prepared to not feel very comfortable, to be honest. Like, you gotta love survival horror, man. That's all I got to say. And with all those reasons and more, definitely pick up Outlast Trinity. Another one I want to cover is actually Maid of Sker. This is another survival horror first person. They're scary first person survival horrors. They don't make a lot of the 3D like tank control ones anymore. They make a few, like Daymare and a few of those, but not that many. Either way, awesome game. Released towards the end of the PS4's life cycle. I don't think it even got a PS5 release at all, and very, very limited print of this game. I had to order this through Amazon. I couldn't find it in any like brick and mortar stores or anything like that. I think this is one that's going to probably go up a lot down the road. Like a lot, especially if you like the Fatal Frame or Clock Tower types of games. You're going to love this one if you like that type of game. Again, I really think this one's going to go up, guys. Like, all of my video game collecting knowledge tells me this one's going to go up. Right now, it's like $20, $30, because most PS4 games are like $20, $30 at most right now. Like, there's not very many that's way up there, except for some. There are some, but nowhere near to the extent of other games. So pick this one up, or you may end up really hating yourself if you don't. Remember, I told you this. The last one I want to cover is one that I covered in a Hidden Gems video years ago on the PS4. And it's time I revisit this one because I don't think people realize about this one at all. And it's called Too Dark. Now, this is a 16-bit survival horror game. that released way early on the PS4's life cycle. European release, I don't think it got a physical US release. This game is screwed up, guys. It deals in subject matter that I can't even talk about on YouTube, or I will get demonetized and probably striked. So, do your research on it. I will warn you ahead of time. This game deals with very, very, very dark subject matter. Stuff that some people might not be able to handle. But if you can, this is a fantastic survival horror that released, well, not even survival, more just a horror game that released on the PS4 early on. Especially if you love old school 16-bit graphics, this is a must pick up. I will warn you, it is expensive already. It's already pricey. This was produced by the people who made Alone in the Dark, the original ones, so that's also an awesome little bonus. Don't miss this one, guys. It's gonna keep rising, and you may regret it down the road. I'm just saying. And that's my list for horror games that you may not have played on the PS4 that you really should. So pick these up before it's too late, before you're paying through the nose, because you do not want to, like, horror games just go up in price. We both know that. So take my advice or not. But I want to thank you guys so much. Again, I can't believe we're at 1450 or something like that right now. It's a dream come true. Continue to support us, guys. I know about 70% of you are not subscribed, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel grow. It helps me so much. Let me know down below on some horror games that I need to pick up. I'm always picking up horror games on the PS4 and actually on the Switch and PS5 as well. I love the horror series. I love JRPGs, and I love adventure games. Those are three of my favorites outside of Nintendo stuff. I love Nintendo. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. The poll, again, make sure you guys vote in the poll. I always appreciate that. That helps tremendously. So, you know, that's awesome. But most importantly of all, stay savage. Clench up your butt cheeks, guys. We got some horror stuff, and you guys need to play it.